You're good to go, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Joe. All right, good evening. This is Keith Edrick. I'm the mayor of the city of Groton. I am going to call the city of Groton Mayor and Council meeting for Monday, October 19th, 2020 to order. It's in response to the state of Connecticut Executive Order Number 7B, Protection of Public Health and Safety during COVID pandemic and response, further suspension or modification of statutes dated March 14, 2020, suspending in-person open meeting requirements. All public meetings will be closed to the public at this time. Public meetings will be available on Groton Municipal Television Channel 2 in real time and on Zoom with the meeting ID 914-9830-1604, passcode 622855. Clerk Patrick, please call the roll.
Present are Mayor Keith Hedrick, Deputy Mayor Jamal Beckford, Councilors Lisa McCabe, Reginald Stanford, Guinevere Depot, and Rashad Carter. City Clerk Deborah Patrick. Excused are Councilor Minerva Ortiz and Finance Director Ron Uhas.
Okay, we will salute the flag. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, recognition, awards, memorials. Okay, receipt of citizens' petitions, comments. This is going to be a challenge because we don't have this phone number. Receipt of citizens' petitions in the portion of the council meeting where the council welcomes comments from citizens to address the council. Please call 860-440-9974. Clearly state your name and address. Each presentation be limited to 5 minutes or less, and citizens should, if possible, submit emailed or written comments. Presentation should be related to matters pertinent to the city of Groton. City councilors will only ask questions in order to clarify the speaker's presentation and can respond during response to citizens' petitions portion of the meeting. Okay, I will give you a different phone number. The phone number you can reach is 860-460-8925. That's 860-460-8925. And I will set aside a small period of time for us to, so bear with me. So while we're doing this, I've asked for a virtual meeting tonight, and for the next meeting, the reason being is my wife just had surgery, and therefore she is vulnerable, in a vulnerable category as far as the COVID. We have had some upticks in COVID cases in the city of Groton, in the town of Groton, and in London County. So we're doing this for the next this meeting and the next meeting. One of the things that we are evaluating with staff is whether or not we need to go back to the phase 2 part, the early part where we were doing only remote meetings, and also evaluating where we are in regards to we currently have the building open. We have a greeter, but we're evaluating all that. We're looking at all the information that's coming in, and we're listening to Ledge Light and those kinds of things. So with that, there's no one that is called in for citizens petitions. So therefore we'll skip response to citizens petitions comments. I need a motion to approve the September 21st, 2020 mayor and council meeting minutes.
So moved.
So moved, Depot.
Second.
Second, Councilor McCabe. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. I need a motion for the September 28, 2020 committee of the whole meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Move Depot, second Stanford. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Communications. Communications and reports. Councilor McCabe.
No report, sir.
Okay, let me get one order. Councilor Sanford.
No reports at this time.
Councilor Depot.
I attended the PACT meeting, the last meeting, which was on Thursday, and they just went over the backpack giveaway that they did, and I think they said they gave away 300 backpacks. They had voter registration at the event. It was a really good event, and they're looking to what are the things they can do in the community. One of the issues that came up is there's a lack of, I guess, city residents able to get to the food outreaches in some places. So they've put kind of in place a goal instead of requiring that everyone pick it up, because there's some residents, I guess, that don't have vehicles to go to the senior center where the main distribution was. So that's kind of their next kind of big project they're working on right now, is facilitating that a little bit. And that's it.
Okay, Councilor Carter.
Nothing to report. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Beckford.
Yes, I was at the event for a little while anyway, with the giveaway for the backpacks. We had there was a steady trickle of people that came in, which was good. And I thought it was a good event.
Thank you. Yeah, I attended the backpack giveaway, and I agree. It was pretty tremendous. And if you get out there and you get to see a slice of life. You get to see who our residents are, and we are diverse. We have a great group of residents. A lot of them come out. We gave somewhere between 300 and 400 backpacks. We had a total of 500 to give out. We will give out the rest of them later, and people were very grateful. We were masked. We had gloves on. We were socially distanced. We had 100-foot long rope that had 6-foot increments taped off in it so that we were able to do social distancing. And it was a very safe event and a wonderful event. So the other thing, I think in your package you received the Children's First Groton thank you for the $1,000 that you donated at the City of Groton. Donated to that charity. They're very grateful and looking forward to collaborating again this year with us. So thank you, Council, and they thanked you. All right, are there any committee referrals? All right, I have one. I think this was in last week's packet, but Conrad Heed sent us an email. He said, I would like to request that you consider adopting a plastics reduction ordinance similar to that adopted by the town last year. Single-use plastics are polluting our environment, creating long-term and increasing expensive costs to our taxpayers and citizens. Asking companies to begin the process of adopting alternative consumer packaging is a step in educating the public and reducing our reliance on and generation of environmentally damaging waste. And when this was all going on with the town, I talked to the town councilors and said that the city would evaluate it and determine when the right time for us to do this was, and to look at it. And I think I've talked to some of you and some other people and some staff, and I think our approach is going to be a little bit different than the towns. And our approach here is, how do we keep the Long Island Sound clean? How do you keep the trash, the plastics, all this out of the Sound? And so part of it is to reduce the waste in the MS4 streams, meaning the wastewater streams, and reduce the volume of trash in the city. And there's several areas to look at. One is improve recycling. We have new closed top recycling cans available by the city through Public Works, and investigate individual and citywide composting. Also reduce the waste stream, meaning straws, cups, nips, plastic bags. When you go out and you start picking up around the street, there are some straws and styrofoam and plastic bags, but there's an enormous number of nips. So one of the things is to look at how we can do that. The Council of Governments has worked with the legislature to try to get a deposit on that so people would deposit them as opposed to throw them away. But we haven't had luck with that yet. Talk with business owners about the ways to reduce plastics without harm to the businesses, reduce animal waste near waterways, conduct city cleanup days, work with business property owners to clean up their property, municipal trash cans in strategic locations, and recycling containers at the beach and parks. So these are just some of the aspects, and there's determined problem areas, educate the community, send a clear message, what the issues are, the concerns are, and have an entire citywide approach to this. And so I'm going to refer this to the Economic Development Committee and to the Public Works Committee, because I think it impacts both sides, Public Works from picking up the waste and those kind of things, economic development because of the potential impacts on the businesses. So that'll get referred to you guys. So on to new business. Councilor McCabe, R-20-10-106.
R-20-10-106. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize a capital project for $419,650.00, including 10% contingency, to be funded from the 2016 Electric Bond Fund for the engineering, design, and project management for the Groton-owned 1410, 1280, and 400 transmission lines required upgrades. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second with Councilor Depot. So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? This was discussed at the Committee of the Whole. Okay, hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Councilor Sanford.
Resolution R-20-10-107. Therefore, be resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to purchase one mixing pump from Vaughn Company, 364 Monte Elma Road, Montesano, Washington, as a sole source supplier to replace the unreliable mixing pump located in the digester building at the pollution abatement facility for an amount not to exceed $15,800 and no cents, and an additional $4,200 for contingency, piping, and project management to be paid from available cash in the sewer division budget as a non-bunded capital purchase. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion by Sanford, second by Councilor Depot. Any discussion? This was discussed during the Committee of the Whole. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstention. Motion carries. Deputy Mayor Beckford.
Resolution 20-10-108. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to issue a purchase order to TI Sales, Water and Wastewater Supplies, 36 Hudson Road, Route 27, Sudbury, Massachusetts, for the purchase of replacement commercial and residential meters and associated parts and equipment as part of the Water Division's Advanced Metering Infrastructure Meter Replacement Project in the amount of $201,750 and no cents, to be paid from funds available in the approved 2016 Water Bond Fund. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion, second motion, Deputy Mayor Beckford, second Councilor Depot. This was discussed during the Committee of the Whole. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Councilor Depot.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution R-20-10-109, therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to pay for the services of Phoenix Environmental Laboratories, Inc., 587 East Middle Turnpike, Manchester, Connecticut, for polychlorinated biphenol laboratory testing that was not included in the scope of services for environmental partners to address current water filtration PCB remediation for an amount not to exceed $90,648.00 as a non-budgeted item to be paid from retained earnings in the approved fiscal year 2021 water budget. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilor Depot, second by Councilor Sanford. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any further discussion?
Yeah.
Councilor Depot.
Do we know, we had a discussion about the safeguards put in place for this. Do we know what they've changed in order to prevent this from happening? This amount of money getting run up unexpectedly the way it did?
Right, how I got missed. He didn't give me all of them, so what I'll do is I will get an email out to all the council in the next couple of days with the safeguards and what we're going to do to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Councilor Carter.
R-20-10-110.
No, this one's long.
Yeah. Therefore, be resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to approve change order number 19 from R.H. White Construction Company, Incorporated, 41 Central Street, Auburn, Massachusetts, which includes a credit and revisions to the existing plan as part of the state of Connecticut Drinking Water State Revolving Fund, DWSRF, project number 2013-0140, in the amount not to exceed $83,639.88. And Mayor Keith Hedrick be authorized to execute the change order number 19 upon final approval by the State of Connecticut Department of Public Health. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilor Carter, second by Councilor Sanford. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Councilor McCabe.
Resolution R-20-10-111, therefore be it resolved in accordance with the provisions of the Connecticut General Statutes, Section 7-474B, the mayor and the city council of Groton hereby accept and aforesaid agreement, and that the mayor is therefore hereby authorized and directed to execute said agreement on behalf of the city of Groton. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilor McCabe, second by Councilor Depot. We talked about this in executive session. This is the contract with the Steelworkers Water, and it is ready to be signed. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Councilor Stanford.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Resolution R-20-10-112. Therefore, be resolved that the mayor and council accept and approve the retirement of building and zoning official Carlton Smith from the city of Groton Building and Zoning Department effective February 1, 2021. I so move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilor Stanford and a second by Councilor Depot. This has not been, we may have loosely talked about this, but Carlton Smith is going to be retiring as our building inspector. His effective date is 1 February, but his actual date that he'll be leaving us based on vacation and those kinds of things is next Tuesday. So we have interviews on Wednesday to interview his replacement. We are let me leave it at that. I need to leave it at that until we get through the interviews, and then I can tell you the direction that we're either evaluating or the direction that we're going based on the result of the interviews. But we do have interviews scheduled for Wednesday. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Deputy Mayor Beckford.
Yes. Resolution 20-10-113. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council waive the bid process and authorize and approve the contract with Michael R. Matter Corporation, Incorporated, 33 Great Neck Road, P.O. Box 332, Waterford, Connecticut, for a total cost not to exceed $103,145.00 for the abatement of asbestos floor tiles in mastic in municipal building offices to be paid from municipal grants in aid funds. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion from Deputy Mayor Beckford and a second from Councilor Depot. Have we discussed it? We haven't discussed this one before, right? Okay. I have Public Works Director Tim Umbrus on the line. Tim, would you like to discuss this? Tim, are you muted? All right, then I'll discuss it. We have several locations in the municipal building that have asbestos, primarily in the floor tiles and in the glue. And remember, we talked about doing space renovations and changing spaces and making spaces larger for some of the departments and areas. In order to do that, we need to rip up the tile. And we've had samples, so we know where the asbestos is. And so in order to abate the asbestos, we need your authorization to spend this money. So that's that. Any questions? Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Councilor Depot.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution R-20-10-114. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council accept Thames River Innovation Place Grant Award in the amount of $28,725.00 to be utilized within the Department of Planning and Economic Development to develop projects, launch a series of community engagements, and placemaking efforts to foster economic and community development in the city of Groton. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilor Depot and a second by Councilor Stanford. I think we discussed it at a committee of the whole, but I have the Economic Development Specialist, Sierra Patrick, here, who is here to answer any questions. Or Sierra, do you want to add anything? Is there anything that you want to talk about for this resolution?
There's nothing I wanted to add, just here to answer any questions that anyone may have.
Okay. Council, any questions or comments? All right, hearing none. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Where am I? Councilor Carter.
R-20-10-115. Therefore be resolved that the mayor and council provisionally authorize to enter into a contract with Malone McBroom, 99 Realty Drive, Cheshire, Connecticut, to complete the City of Groton Community Resiliency Plan for a total cost of $80,000.00 to be paid from the Long Island Fish and Wildlife Foundation Award of $50,000, $50,090. Hold on. $50,096.49. Sorry. Thamesville renovation place award of $19,903.51, as well as a contribution from the City of Groton Planning Department in the amount of $5,000.00, and Groton Utilities amount and Groton Utilities in the amount of $5,000.00. I so move.
Second.
So we have the motion is the motion by Councilor Carter and seconded by Councilor Depot. Did we discuss this at the committee of the whole? I think we did, right, Sierra?
Yes.
So this was discussed at the committee of the whole too. This is for our resiliency plan. And I guess Sierra's here to answer any questions that the council may have. Are there any questions or discussion from the council? I do not see any. Okay. In that case, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Okay, I need a motion to suspend the rules to add resolution R-20-10-116 to the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilor Depot and a second by Councilor McCabe. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Councilor McCabe, did you get 116 in your packet? Okay, Councilor McCabe, will you please read that resolution?
Resolution R-20-10-116. Therefore be it resolved in accordance with the provisions of Connecticut General Statutes, Section 7-474B, the mayor and the City of Groton Council hereby accept the aforesaid agreement, and that the mayor is hereby authorized and directed to execute said agreement on behalf of the City of Groton. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilor McCabe, a second by Councilor Depot. This is Steelworkers Public Works, and they agreed to the contract today, and that's why it's before you tonight. We discussed this in the executive session as to what the terms were. The TA, the tentative agreement. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Okay, with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilor McCabe, a second by Councilor Stanford. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion passes. We are adjourned. Thank you, council. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Leslie and Sierra, for coming out. Tim, thank you. And Jill, thank you for hosting the meeting. So this meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.